Good day everyone, my name is Robert James Norifiel, a student nurse of General Santos City Doctors Medical School Foundation Incorporated. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate on how to change IV solution and tubing. So let's get started. So the first thing you must do is to gather all the equipment and materials that are needed and bring it to the bedside. And also we are going to check the IV solution and medication additive with physician order. So we have here our materials that are needed in changing IV solution. We have the IV solution which is ordered by the physician, an alcohol for infection control. So we need to do this so that we can less likely to waste time and to make sure that our carrying out medication is for the correct patient. Then we are now going to explain the procedure to the client because explanation can read client anxiety. But before that, we need to introduce ourselves first and verify the patient identity so that we can establish rapport and also so that we can make sure that our carrying out medication is for the correct patient. So, sir, good morning, sir. I am your nurse for today. I am Nurse Robert James Norifiel and you are? Oh, good morning, Papa Bear. Pwede ko na ako ma-check imuhang wristwatch, sir? Ay, sir? Okay lang? Okay, good morning again, Papa Bear. I am your nurse for today. So, sir, mag-change lang po sa imong IV solution, sir. Kay advice ni Doc, ang kailangan natin siya i-change kay paubos na siya, sir. Okay lang, sir? Okay. After explaining the procedure to the client, we are now going to wash our hands using an antiseptic solution so that we can less likely to harbor microorganisms and to prevent or avoid cross-contamination. Then after that is we are now going to remove carefully the protective cover of new solution and expose the entry side. So we need to do this so that we can maintain the sterility of our new IV solution. Then after that is we are now going to close the clamp tubing. We need to do this so that during the procedure we can stop the flow of the IV solution. Then we are now going to leave container of IV hole and invert it. Then quickly remove the spike from old IV container, being careful not to contaminate it so that we can maintain sterility of IV setup. Then after removing, we are going to insert the spike in our new IV solution. To allow interrupted of new solution, we are now going to hang up it in our new we are now going to hang up our new solution in the IV hole. We need to reopen the clamp to adjust the flow so we can regulate the flow rate into drip chamber. Then after that is we are now going to label the container based on agency policies. We are going to indicate the date and time, the hook rate, the name of the patient, and also the type of solution that we use. We are going also to discard the used equipment in a proper manner. Date is January 29, 2021. The time? Fine. So we need to do this to ensure the accurate continuation and administration of the correct IV solution. Then after that is we are now going to do hand hygiene again for infection control. So sir, thank you sir. I'm on cooperation, sir. And now we are going to change the IV solution as well as the tubing. So first thing we must do is to gather all the equipment and materials that are needed. And also we are going to check the IV solution and medication with additive with physician order. So we have our materials here. We have our administration set, our sterile gauze, our tape. We have also the IV solution, sterile gloves, our alcohol, and also our cotton. So we need to do this so that we can less likely to waste time and also for us to avoid committing errors. Then after that is we are now going to explain to the client the procedure. So but before that we need to introduce ourselves to the client and also verify the client's identity. So sir, I am your nurse for today. I am Nurse Robert James Norifiel and you are? Baby Bear. Good morning, Papa Bear. Let me check your wristband, sir. Ha? Okay lang? Okay, good morning, Papa Bear. So, sir, karon sir, mag-change ko sa imong dextrose, sir, ha? Okay lang, pati po hindi rin nato, sir. Okay lang? So, we need to introduce ourselves to the client so that we can establish rapport. And also, we need to verify the client identity so that we can make sure that our carrying out medication is for the correct patient. Then after that is we are now going to do our hand hygiene so that we can less likely to harbor microorganisms and also for infection control. Then, we are now going to don our gloves. So, we need to wear our gloves so that we can protect ourselves. Then after that is we are now going to open our administration set and remove from protecting cover. Then we are now going to using a sterile technique. We need to insert into our new container. So we need to do this so that we can maintain the sterility of IV setup. Then we are now going to close the clamp of the new tubing. We are going to close the clamp of the new. Then we are now going to hang up it in our IV pole. Then we are now going to squeeze the drip chamber. So we need to do this so that we can prevent the air from moving down. Then after that is you are now going to remove the cap at the end of our tubing and allow fluid to move until a bubble disappeared. So first we need to open the clamp to allow the fluid to move. So let's wait until bubble disappeared. Then after that is you are now going to close the clamp and recap the end of the tubing again. So we need to do this so that we can prevent the possible occurrence of embolus. Then after that is you are now going to loosen tape at IV insertion site. Don't clean and also carefully remove the dressing and tape. So we need to do this so that we can prevent the transmission of HIV and other bloodborne infection. So sir, alis na nato diri mga parts sir, okay lang. So we need to loosen the tape and carefully remove the dressing and tape. Then we are now going to place a sterile gauze under the needle hub, because gauze absorb any leakage when tubing disconnect from the needle. Then after that is you are now going to clamp the old IV tubing. Then we are going to steady the needle hub with non-dominant hand until change is completed. Then we are now going to remove tubing with dominant hand using twisting motion. Then we are now going to set along. So I set all tubing aside while maintaining sterility. Then carefully we are going to remove the cup, and insert the sterile end of tubing into the needle hub. We are going to twist to secure it. Then we need to do this so that we can stabilize the needle and prevent the inadvertently dislodging it. So after that is we are now going to remove our gloves. Okay. Then after removing our gloves, we are now going to do hand hygiene. So we can dust the microorganism. Then after that is you are now going to open the clamp of the new IV solution so that it allows the flow of the nutrients. Then we are now going to discard this old IV solution. Then we are now going to apply sterile dressing to the site, according to agency protocol. So we need to do this so that we can prevent the entry of microorganism. So sir, tapos na po tayo. Then we are now going to regulate the IV flow based on a physician order so that we can make sure that the client receive the prescribed rate. Then after that is you are now going to label the container, including the time and date, and also the name of the client, and also our initials. And we are going to clean our area, and we are going to discard those materials that we use properly, and then we are going to do hand washing again so that we can prevent cross contamination. Then lastly, we are now going to record client response to the IV infusion so that we can ensure accurate documentation of client response. So thank you, sir, for your cooperation.